Hi guys, and welcome back. Nice to see Sultan yesterday. Sometimes Sultan comes round and is actually really sensible. I say sometimes because that's true. Sometimes he's very sensible, other times not so much. But actually on this occasion, really helpful. So I'm glad. I really like that. I love seeing Daniel again. I feel bad sometimes because people come down and then I don't feel like I've got much time for them if I'm busy in a project, but I guess people expect that. I've got someone coming down. I've called him Glow Skulls. I've called him Glow the whole time. I'm sure I knew his name at some point. I swear, guys, honestly, keeping on top of people's names online is horrible, because also YouTube give you two different names. They give you one name and then you click on it and they give you a separate one. So Glow Skulls comes up as something else, Millie maybe. So it's really hard to stay on top of. Right, I'm waiting on Glow to come. Glow's taking Warren's old bike and that Fixin. Hopefully he can do something with them, or even just break it for parts, make some money. I offer these scrap bikes to people for free all the time, guys. People rarely kind of come and pick them up, and the quicker you can do it, the better. I just like people just come, take them. The truth is, there's hundreds in them bike. Them engines go for £500. Yeah, and all you have to do is drop it. It really don't take long to drop it either. That's a good running engine. That'll go for £250. Again, you just have to drop it. Again, it doesn't take too long. I just hate selling parts. Anyone who's known me for a while and knows it's a bugbear of mine. I hate selling parts. Hate the hassle of going to the post office and people returning parts and this and that. It winds me up. While I'm waiting for Glow, I'm going to pull out the Hanway because I want to look at the routing of the fuel lines, because I think we're sorted now. Remember, we've got the painted fuel tank here, which isn't the best job, but it's fine. So we should be able to mount that and run the fuel lines. I did buy a suction system for it. I'm going to find that in a moment. So it will only suck fuel when it's firing up, when it's running. I'll show you what I mean in a minute, but let me pull it out. I feel bad on the bike. It's been sitting a while. So I've got the new CG throttle cable. That's something that I should route soon, I think, just for so it's there. And also I now want to disconnect all this. In the past, I've done this once before. I took out all of the sensors, taped them up in here so you couldn't see them, and left them. That tricks the bike into thinking that it's a fully functioning system. That has worked for me in the past. It may or may not work now, but that is going to be the system I'm doing. So you're going to see that. You're going to see me pulling out them systems, taping them up, and yeah, we should be able to neaten all this up at this stage. And then I've got the tank down here. There's kind of a coolness to that cracking effect, but it will still be a cheap, rough looking bike. What I could do is keep an eye on a second-hand tank online, because if the rest of the bike cleaned up really nicely, it'd probably be worth having a nice tank. Right, let me see if I can neaten up that area. It would be really helpful, wouldn't it? That'll be alright. And you'd see it through here, look. Look, you see the slides? Beautiful. So here you go. Look, two free flow pipes falling into a cut-off switch, pump, whatever you want to call it, valve, and then the free flow will come out of here into the carb and suction from the manifold onto there. So only when you crank it will it release fuel through. I think that's going to be spot on. I think that's going to be a great system. This reminds me, I don't know why this reminds me, but we've seen Nat's new project now. He released it way quicker than I thought. So this is probably 2 weeks ago, maybe 3. That new, I don't know what it is, half Yamaha, half Honda, something. From the front, it looks stunning. When you look at the front profile, the thick forks look stunning, and then you turn around, and my God, it's different. It's different. I can't wait to see what Nat does with it. There's something I kind of love and hate about it. In my head, I'd be going with, I think it's the Harley Iron look. So you've got a slightly raised tank. I would lower the tank a bit though, but a slightly raised tank, straight bars, and I'd probably go single seat with a short mudguard here. Issue is the shape of the frame seems not great, so you have to kind of minimize the lines by tilting the tank and stuff. At the moment the tank's up, and the handlebars are up. What I'd want to do is I want the tank up but a bit lower, straight bars, some sort of single seat conversion, some sort of short mudguard here, something like that. But I feel like me and Nat think the same way with aesthetics, so let's see what way he goes with that. So I think this works. Look, we've got the fuel line up here, suction valve in here. We'll have the short line to the carb nipple there, and look, we've got the suction line here. We can probably just go there to there. We can probably use that, or I'm tempted to have it a bit more back here, but I do like the shortest route possible. So maybe there, and I'll probably use that line or a slightly longer one. So I think we're good. I think that's sorted. What I would do then is kind of cable tie this up here a bit, just to make it clean. And it has a fuel gauge, guys. So actually, there's no reserve, but the original wouldn't have had that anyway. It has a fuel gauge, so that's good. That saves some issues, some hassle. I will take away this. I don't know, it's another thing though, isn't it? Like that. The fuel pump, it's another kind of issue. Will it recognise that it's gone? Will it not like it? I'm going to have to consider what I do with that. I'm probably going to try and take it off. Yeah, there's the second line there. What even holds it on? It's rock solid, whatever holds it on. Is it that down there? Is it them 2 bolts? There's bolts behind there, look. Alright, let me pop them off and see if... They don't appear to be holding it though. It's almost like it's attached to the frame. What on earth? Oh, I'll try them 2 bolts just in case. And then there's another bracket there, probably a cover. Yeah, let me try them 2 bolts. Get it out the way. Also, again, it might be worth a few pounds. It actually works well, doesn't it? Also, there's the black tank, the profile of the bike. Obviously, the tank's not seated correctly, but it's not looking too bad. Fuel pump removed. So this is the setup, right? We've got the 2 fuel lines running straight into the shut-off valve. Shut-off valve goes straight into the carb. Fuel will only be allowed through when the engine's cranking over or running, because that will put suction in here. When the engine stops, the fuel stops. Carb shouldn't be overwhelmed then at any point. Anything loose and left over, you would tape up all of this and you'd tuck it away. That's kind of where we are at the moment. That's the tank at this stage. I might just bolt the tank down because I've connected up the fuel gauge. I may just bolt the tank down. I want to find the seat and just see what it looks like with the seat now.
The next day.
Some days I'm not doing anything at the garage, and then I decide, hang on a minute, I kind of get the urge to do something. I need to cut the second exhaust. The first one's done. First one's over here, and the slip-on is beautiful. Great seal, perfect. Bit of gum, that'll be sorted. I may even just mount it, actually. Subframe and all of the patching up bit of work done has come out really nice. Well worth doing. That makes a big difference, and that good quality lacquer will really help there. I was talking to Anthony the other day. He said to put a 3.5 rear tyre on. I think he's right. Look, plenty space. I think I'm going to do that. So the rear tyre can go to a 3.5. The tank's cleaned out beautifully. It's so good. It's really, I mean, that's flash rusting there. So, but it's still got the vinegar in it. So when I shake it around now, that will come straight off. I'll show you actually now that will come straight off. And then you've got to fill it up with fuel so that the fuel continually keeps the tank clean. What I didn't want to do though was mess. Oh, there you go. That's good. Look, that the tap's working, which is good, or at least the on is. I think there's a reserve as well. That's good to clean that out a touch. Let me give this a slosh around, get rid of some of that flash rusting. Otherwise, it seems like it was a waste of time. Look, just to show you, I'm not going nuts. Look, see that? So when I'm ready to use the tank properly, I'll be filling up 2 containers. I'll be sloshing the vinegar out. And then I'll be going straight in with fuel, making sure all of the vinegar comes out. Although saying that tiny bit in the fuel wouldn't hurt. The fuel will eat it away. And then, yeah. And then fill it up with fuel. And that's good to go. I've got brand new fuel line to go to the carb. But if I remember rightly, the carb's overflowing at the moment. I need to clean the valve, the fuel valve. So where am I going with this? I think I've got to get the pipes on. I've got to get this one chopped. I'm going to do that now. I'll move the bike away because Spark's going to go. Get that chopped. And then really, ideally, I'd like to get both sides mounted so that that's sorted. I might have to throw this side panel on now. Yeah, let me throw it on now so that's all set up. So when the exhaust goes on, I don't have to touch anything down there. Even if it's kind of hand tight for now, I just want it to be kind of swinging but a bit secure. That downpipe's on nice and secure. I probably should have filmed it. Although saying that, it's a bit tight this way, so I think it will swing out a touch. But dirty is the answer.